So it was in 33 BC that the conqueror of Sextus descended into the murk and filth.
Rajay.
For generations, ambitious nobles had regarded the aedileship, the magistracy responsible for the city's physical infrastructure, as a
What
mere
shall we
spectacle
do
for glamorous postings. But Agrippa, already the second
this
most
fine
powerful
dark
man in
day?
Rome, did not disdain its duties. He welcomed the chance to get his hands dirty. A vast workforce was set to emptying and scrubbing clean the sewers.
A day where I've broken the barrier to
Were the benefits to be had from the new regime.
actual
Agrippa had himself
audio
grown
books,
among the
nothing
central
visual,
Meanwhile, even as the city was
except
being
the
given
back
its
porch.
other workmen were busy restoring
Avery.
the aqueducts and building a whole new one, the Aqua
Question mark.
In such quantities was water brought into Rome that it flowed like rivers through the city and its sewers. Almost every house was given cisterns and service pipes, and fountains were everywhere. Feats of public service such as these were in the noblest, most muscular Roman tradition. Harking back to the heroic ages of Appius Claudius, who had alternated winning battles with building roads, Agrippa was simultaneously working to usher in a new
Three-part
age,
day.
one that would see the city emerge cleansed of all its grime. Nothing was beneath his nose. Even barbers were recruited to the cause. Come a public holiday, and they would be sponsored to provide a free shave. Such was the future to which Agrippa, on behalf of his godlike leader, was guiding the Roman people. One scraped the ear of
My
all
nose.
stuff. Even men with good cause to loathe the
Here.
young Caesar, men who had fought against him at Philippi, men who
One
had
thing
lost
we're
their
not
lands,
going to do is
had
be in a
recognized
hurry.
the appeal of such a program. In 36
Allergy
BC,
relief.
at a party held to celebrate the defeat of Sextus, Horace had willingly toasted the victory to the music of flute and lyre. His host that evening had been the supplest and most valued of the young Caesar's advisors.
Diet.
A man as close as
Grapefruit.
any to the heart of the regime.
Half water and ice.
Maecenas was and smooth, practiced less at killing than at reconciling friends at odds.
Yes, these little details will be important in 733.662 years.
Broken and embittered, he had been introduced to the great man.
People will not understand
He had barely been able to confess his circumstances.
unless we
9
tell
months
them.
later, an order came, summoning me to be numbered among your friends.
If they
It was
speak
an offer
English.
not to be refused. The relationship between the two men, although never one of equals,
It'll definitely be a different brand of English. I was watching somebody sing a song from Old English, as well as Sanskrit.
Friendship with a power broker of such
Good thing they translated it.
came with strings attached. Traveling with Maecenas on the Caesar's business, Horace
My
would
nose.
sometimes be obliged to turn a blind eye to effect a diplomatic.
Why do I call it
device.
Sanskrit?
Pestered by others to betray his friend's secrets,
What's it called?
he would have no choice but
You
to
know,
pose as
Old
authority of
Babylonian,
silence.
Old Hittite.
Yet the compromises were never simply one way. Horace did not renounce his past, nor, though he paid affectionate tribute to
One of
Maecenas,
the guy said it was the
did he
oldest
permit
song
himself
ever.
to become his patron's shill. He remained too independent.
It's a
too much
dedication
his
to
own
it.
man for that.
And you
In an age when the
you know what I mean?
poetry might be great, and the needs of
Some
the
old
regime served by Maecenas
Sumerian god.
he signally
or
failed to
goddess.
offer the young Caesar public praise.
Ugh.
With Antony still in command of a host of legions in the east, and the menace of war.
He also
loud
sang
and
like the
increasingly
Lord's
heavy,
Prayer.
too
Or no,
much
Psalm
hung around.
92 or something.
Like
Though,
so many
though I
others,
walk through the valley of
Horace
death, I
learned
will
the
feel
hard
no,
way the
fear no
perils of
evil.
nailing colours to
In
a
Old
line.
Hebrew.
Maecenas suffered
Apparently the way David wrote it.
understood this perfectly. But Horace, like the Roman people as a whole, could not, in the final
Got a
reckoning,
picture of
be
himself
brutalized into loyalty.
as a young man.
Their hopes had to be met. Their
But
terrors.
right now he's
They
70.
needed to be wooed. What then did Horace want?
But holy
The
cow,
liberty for
he
which
was
he had fought
looked
for
like a
the
glamour
was
shot.
dead, irrevocably so. His hopes now were more limited, and as solid as
You
his
coming up,
own
Millie May?
forge. These are the objects of my prayers: a plot of land, not so very large, a garden, a spring beside the house, its water ever flowing, and a small
Okay,
wood
this
on
is
the
like,
side.
don't worry.
Such a
This is
dream
not
was
the
shared
one,
by
but
many
this is
others
like
across Italy, by those granted land, by those robbed.
saying, oh, you're doing so well today that you're going to attract some people
The yearning of the Roman people for
To-
peace was more desperate.
They
than
just
ever.
want a piece of the
Victory
action.
The final reckoning was likeliest to go to whichever of the two surviving warlords.
But that's
could
not the one.
satisfy it.
Counts.
By 32 BC, the young Caesar was ready at last to go for broke.
I'm coming, Millie. Hold
The war
on.
of words no longer sufficed. It was time to meet Antony in open.
Oh, this one's saying
Not that the
if you
young
want to
Caesar
be
actually
in a
named
certain
Antony
group,
as his opponent.
get to know the
He
leader.
had no wish to cast the war as one fought against fellow citizens. Instead, it was Cleopatra, whose vain powers of seduction had already
okay.
made a slave of Antony and
Hold on,
millions
honey.
of his followers, whom he selflessly pledged to destroy.
Who's
This
the
he did
leader of
in
my
the process
starlings?
becoming the keynote of his regime, by blending nostalgia with innovation. Back in ancient times, so it was said, a declaration of war had always been accompanied by the ritual hurling of a spear. Particularly memorable was
You
the
don't
one
really
thrown
like
by
leaders.
Romulus, which on landing had sprouted branches and turned into a tree.
Takes away from
Although it lay beyond even the young Caesar to emulate
what's
that
it called?
particular stunt, his revival of the ceremony did
Uniqueness.
satisfyingly showcase him as the
and
defender
could
of
quickly
antique
degenerate,
Roman
like it says right there,
It was not, though, the only step he took.
into
A far more radical
fawning
measure
and
had also been adopted, one that
obsequiousness.
served to define him in a way quite without precedent. The whole of Italy swore loyalty to him
What shall we do
and
today,
demanded
Millie?
he
What's
as
it
a
saying?
leader in war.
Leadership,
This
let me
claim
see.
had
What is all this
was not
leadership
entirely
crap?
free of spin. The oath had, in fact, been the young Caesar's
Oh,
own
there we go.
idea,
Close-knit
and very
family.
far from voluntary. Got a masterstroke
Let's pay attention to
from
that one.
By appealing to the towns and villages beyond Rome for support, even before he had obtained a decree from the Senate, he potently signaled his ambition to
Sun
fight
is
as their
shining
champion.
on a gray day.
Back in the days of their revolt
Amen.